Very good morning to all of you here. My name is Naveen Badrinarayan, and I am a director at Dheya Career Mentors. And today, this Sunday morning, I'll be just walking you through a small webinar of ours on, career guidance, career planning, and why it is very important in today's day and age. I know we are all parents here, mostly I think so, and we are not only parents, we are also professionals working in the industry. And today, if we look at our entire world and India today, there is a big need today to address this issue of making our people employable and worthy of achieving something in this life. When we talk about careers, generally there is a misunderstanding in people that career means education. And generally we are, equated to career counselors who tell people to do some kind of art, science, commerce or engineering or MBA. We are not that, it's a very different thing altogether that, we are doing. Let me just briefly introduce you about this whole organization and the concept and why we are doing whatever we are doing. So if you look at this slide, we say they are discovering the higher ground of life. Dheya is a Sanskrit word. We come from a thing called a Sanskrit word which means goal. Actually, it is Dheya. And we believe this was started about 13 years back by a person who, Anand Desai, who served his entire life 17 years happy, even though he was earning a lot of money and he was right on top, working in one of the big four companies, I mean the KPMG, and doing very well for himself, but not happy. Now, that's a very paradoxical statement. A person doing very well, earning a lot of money, being very successful as far as the cliche of success is concerned in the corporate world. But if you ask him whether he was happy, he was not happy, which is when he decided to kind of find out what is the reason and started hitting upon this thing that, somewhere happiness is something that comes not only with the so-called corporate success, but also with the second thing called, whether you're adding value to yourself, whether you're adding value to the world, what impact you're doing, which is attached to the money part of it. If both these things are joined together, I think happiness lies somewhere in that area. And again, happiness is different for different people. But then he realized that something is wrong somewhere and he wanted to do something about it. So right way back in 2004, 2005, he came up with this unique concept and started this organization. And today we are 13 years down the line and, a lot of headway has been attained here. And we are a committed, crazy kind of community that we have created. Today we are a community of about 1,700 people who are all senior professionals working in the industry. All of us are now trained, certified, and we try to work with the people. We're talking about young children, we're talking about professionals, we're also talking about senior professionals, right across the spectrum. We believe that, we need to be mentors to people so that people can find their strengths and with research on the future of occupations, connect their strengths to the future of occupations and build a path for themselves so that they achieve something great in their life. Why are we doing this? Very simple. Today, for we have been independent for so many years, but India is still called a developing country. All we see in the newspapers, all we read in the papers or the books and the TV is that we are poor, we are struggling, there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of strife, so much of negativity around. We are changing the entire scene. We are committed, we are crazy people, okay? So all these guys have got together, all these people have got together, and we have a system today, we have a process today by which we are trying to transform this entire thought process of people in India. Now that's a very challenging thing to do and looks very absurd in the first part of it. But let me tell you that we have got a lot of headway today and we have achieved a lot of success in what we are doing. So 13 years down the line, today we have impacted more than 2.5 lakh people in India. We have been working on our own. We are not funded. We don't have anybody funding us or giving us money, but we have been literally bootstrapped. But then the craziness and the passion of ours has allowed us to be where we are. And I think we are moving ahead slowly, but very strongly. And today we have a very strong community of very passionate and very committed, like-minded people who think the same thought, who believe in what we are doing, and we have a very structured and a systematic process and tools and technology that we have created ourselves, and we are using it on the Indian community, and we hope to make every Indian proud of India and make India one of the shining countries in the world. And that's the dream with which the Anand Desai started this venture. And then we all like-minded people have got together, and we are further increasing this clan of Dheya Career Mentors. That's the name of our organization. It's called Dheya Career Mentors. We are all mentors. You won't find any youngster in this community. We're all senior people who have been there, done that. I come with a 25 years of background of the Indian Navy. I've served, I'm a commander by rank. I served the Indian Armed Forces for 25 years. I was trained for 4 years as a cadet, 3.5 years as a cadet, went became a commissioned officer and served in the submarine arm of the Indian Navy. I was into design. And somewhere when I hit this age of 37, 38 is when I started introspecting as what ahead? What do I do ahead? What is it that I really want to do? What is my passion? And though I was getting options to become a scientist and continue, but then I decided to leave and do something that my heart was calling for, and it was connect with youngsters, connect with young professionals, connect with students, inspire them to do something in this world, in this life, and create a new life of their own, which is where I hit upon this organization. And last 3.5 years, I have been working as a director here, and I have been training a lot of mentors across the country. So we have created a huge community of like-minded people, and that's what we have done. Today we have people from every spectrum of the industry. We scrutinize, we select only the best of the best join us. When these people join us, we sit. These people are the community who are going to be impacting all of you guys. So we work with people, we work with parents, we work with professionals, we use our tools, we use our systems, we enable people to understand themselves. Now, why is this required? Why all this talk and why this mentors? Let's just look at what's happening in today's world. Okay, if you look at it today, if I take this entire community of India and I divide it into three parts, I have the first community, which is 13 years to 24 years, which are the studying guys, which is people who are studying in schools and colleges. Then we have the second community, which is 24 to 35, which is the ones who are working. And then we have 35 plus, who are people like us, who are in careers, who are working, and who are earning money for their families. Now, if you look at these segments that I've segmented specifically for a reason, now if I look at the first segment, 13 to 24, we did a research with them, and we found out after doing research in more than 100 schools that most of them, 80% of the students today, though well informed about a lot of things, are not clear. They're completely confused about what they want to do in life. Taking a decision to what stream to select, what career to get into, what to do is more like a rat race rather than my own choice. That's what we found. And even though some of them said that I know what I want to do, what they knew was only superficial. They had no education or knowledge about that workspace. Now, obviously, even we did not have it when we were young, but our times were different because we were, didn't have many choices. When we were young, we just had 4 choices. Depending on the marks we got, we selected something and we stuck on to it. The situation is very different today. The children today, the youth of today have been born with a silver spoon. They were born with a mobile phone. They go to school in cars, especially the urban guys. And, they have a lot of information and they want to be very rich, but they want it easy. They don't want to put in efforts. And secondly, they have nobody guiding them what is the right decision they should take. They think they are taking the right decision. Parents sometimes say that allow them to do what they want to do. But are they really taking the right decision is a big question mark. And it's dangerous today because when we look at the second community, 24 to 35, and I look at them and we've done a research with them, so many of them, 45% of these people today are sitting at home. They all are qualified, they are MBAs, they are engineers, but sitting at home, waiting for, clearing UPSC exams, getting into a government job, or trying to get a job which is equivalent to what they think they deserve. Now, this is a very dangerous situation because this is going to lead into, a kind of you're just waiting for somebody to come and ignite them because they are young, they're full of energy. And imagine they are not doing work, they are not slogging it out. They are waiting for some job to come into the lap which is equivalent to what they feel their false sense of entitlement tells them that they should get as a salary. Because in our times, as the liberalization happened, we all started getting good salaries, and then automatically there was a feeling that if I am qualified to X amount, this is the salary that I should get. The world has changed now. Now cost cutting has become the call of the day for every company. You all know it. And it's not possible for every company to afford those kind of salaries. And even if they give it in the initial phases, you stagnate very fast. People rise up to a particular level and then gone, and they have nothing more to do. So the people at the age of 35 are actually reaching a peak where the company cannot promote them further, and they do not know what to go ahead from now. And then most of the times they are unemployed after that. It's a very difficult kind of a situation. I'm talking about a mass. I'm not talking about the few people who manage to go up. There are a lot of schemes for all the elite people, okay? But nobody is looking after this entire mass. When I am talking about, developing India as a great country, we have to develop a solution not for the elite, not for the people who get into IITs. They will anyway get into IITs. We have to have a solution for the masses. And that's where what we are talking about is very, very critical today. Because if the country, India boasts about having the youngest population, and if this youngest population, the largest young population in the world, is going to be unemployable, I think we are looking at a time bomb waiting to burst on our face. Right? On top of it, education is no longer inexpensive. One MBA degree costs us huge amount of money. Symbiosis charges 22 lakhs. Engineering degrees are coming at 16 lakhs, 20 lakhs. It's not a joke, that kind of money that we are talking about. On top of it, if you actually calculate the amount of investment that we put into education, one third or two-thirds of our income is going into education of our children. And the market is jumping on us and putting them into different programs. Only industry when there is no guarantee on investment. Second thing that we are looking at is the world of work is changing very rapidly. Automation is taking over, robotics is taking over, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, machine learning, all this is taking over many jobs. Jobs are changing. I'm not saying jobs will go. The World Economic Forum research is there with us. But are we as parents, are we as corporates, are we as working professionals, are we as education system preparing our next generation to be prepared for this change of work? The syllabus remains the same. The syllabus change takes 2 years. By the time the syllabus change happens, the work becomes redundant. Something else starts off. Now that's the danger. Are we preparing our children for the future? We need to understand the world of work. We need to be proactive. If we have to be one up in the world, we have to make our youngsters prepared for the future of work. That's very important. The third thing, if we don't plan careers now, the way we grew up, there was no planning. We just managed to get into careers. If we don't do it now for the youngsters, what we are lining up into, they will get something. They will go into a job, they will earn some money. But you know what? At this age of 40, 45, these guys are going to live a very mediocre life. They'll be just going to office and coming back. Many of us are doing that today. Do we want our next generation also to live a life like that? Don't we want our young generation to do something great, do something excellent, to find out what they are really keen about, what they're interested in, and let them plan their life, let them carve their life. And as mentors, it's our job to give them that support. Appreciate them for what they're good at. Now, if we don't plan this in this proper manner, with a structured manner, we are actually pushing them into frictional employment. What is frictional employment? Imagine a kid who's just moving around and very energetic and likes to be playing with people and all that. And then we put him in, he's very good in maths, he's very good in analytics, but he can't sit in one place, very fast, speed oriented. And we put this guy into IT and tell him to become a software developer. Now, what's the demand of software development? He has to sit in front of a computer for hours together and keep on doing programming, programming, programming. Would this kid be really happy? Think about it. Nature does not change. Nature is what you're born with. But then this kid is going to get into an area of work which is going to work for 40 years of his life. From 23 years till the time he retires, he's going to be in this field and he's not going to be enjoying what he's doing. But he has to earn money. So he's going to be doing it for the sake of earning money. Would it not lead to friction? That's the thing. And it's been, nobody told us this when we were young. But today we have a system, we have a process by which we can address this problem. So fourth thing, very important thing, each one of us is born with inborn strengths. There are unique strengths in each one of us. How many of us know our strengths today? Unfortunately, whether it is a school parent teacher meeting or it's a corporate appraisal or it is in college, everybody is only jumping on finding out your areas of improvement and trying to give you your skill gaps. Nobody is trying to focus on what you are naturally good at. Aptitude tests are done. Aptitude by definition means inherent strengths, what is already there. Then why do you need to find out areas of improvement and try and improve something which is not there? Rather, hone your strengths. If you are good in communication, be the best communicator in the world. If you're good in analytics, be the best analyst in the world. Why should you try and do something which you are not good at? Now that's the philosophy, a complete change in philosophy that we are talking. And today we are diving deep into it. We are actually working with a lot of understanding, because today as parents, how many times we just take our children for granted. You know, games, art, music. The child is very good at drawing. We don't give it that much of weightage that is to be given. You know that just by a drawing capability, a person can be a chief designer of BMW. They don't need to do math, science at all. But then we do not give that kind of importance to that gift that a child already has. Like this, every child has got some gift or the other. Can we identify that gift? Can we hone that strength of it? Can we sit across as senior people, mature people, make a plan, make a path, enable these kids along with their parents, along with the system, to ensure that they start dreaming big, hope big, carve a path for them, walk the path along with them, and drive them to a point that you can achieve something great in this world. You started off early, 9th standard, 10th standard. When a kid is 13 years old is the right time, because that is the time when a kid actually enters into adulthood. You're transiting from childhood to adulthood, the teenage enters. That is the point where the distractions start, where they start getting influenced by society. And that is the time when this kind of work, when it gives them the dream, gives them that hope, is they start putting their energies in the right direction. You channelize their energy in the right direction. They start working hard. Make them capable by the time they come out of college to earn their own money. Please understand, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, education alone is not a solution. In the present system, along with formal education, there is a huge amount of informal education that needs to be imbued, but in the direction. See, the destination is important. What is happening with us is, we all are putting our children into education, but there is no destination. The destination is not engineering, MBA, law, all that is part of education. The destination is, what is your identity? What do you want to be known as? What kind of a world are you going to create for yourself? This kind of a thought. I'm not saying that at a 9th standard level somebody is going to be fixing a point and saying I want to be this. No, it's not possible. But can I build a large landscape for the child, saying that okay, you've got these strengths, and I look at you as a person who can be working in this area, building an identity for yourself in this area, in a large area. Maybe it's design, maybe it's social development, maybe it's scientific areas of research, maybe it is non-scientific areas of research. But this is a large landscape that I'm building. And then the child starts focusing on building a dream in that area and starts building a path towards it. And then the entire education that is going to happen is based on that dream. And it is with a destination or goal in mind. It's not pointless. Today when a child comes and says, why am I studying geography? We don't have an answer. We don't have an answer to a 9th and 10th standard kid who says, why am I studying geography when I'm not interested in it? We can give that answer if we know what is the end destination. But the destination awareness needs to be, that's very important. So we have to identify strengths. So now what is the new age models that are available for solving this problem? You have mass career lectures, you have counseling, you have admission counseling. None of this is going to work. Because see, all these people are only trying to get money for themselves. When they sell IIT and NEET, they are selling coaching class seats. They are not actually bothered about your child or my child. They are selling seats because that's how the money is made. The coaching market is bigger than the education market. Okay? Counseling. Career counseling happens, again, aptitude test, and then your child will do art, science, commerce, or engineering, law, medical. Come on. That's not how things are done. And that's not the solution. That's not giving you a solution for life. Your education will get over the age of 22. Your work is going to happen till the age of 65. 40 years of work life. We should know what that 40 years of work life is going to look like. Now, we have to educate our youngsters on that. Unfortunately, our education system doesn't have this kind of career education. There has to be a parallel system giving them that career education. And that's what we are trying to do. Of course, knowing the correct direction. Everything need not be known to everyone. But that kid, if he's a very communicative kid, he should know that communication based, what are the strategies, what are the areas of work which are suitable, where the child would need to communicate. If a child is quiet and an analytical kid, then on the analysis and the research side, what are the areas of occupation that are suitable? And then explore those areas and then take a decision, a well informed, conscious decision, and then put your energy in that direction, grow yourself in the direction. It will be much better. And these are the kids who will achieve excellence in life. Excellence is a word that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to emphasize on, because in India, unfortunately, this word is lost. We all have got into the chalta hai attitude. You look around the roads, the quality of work, excellence is lost in our mind. When I was in the Navy and I was dealing with design, every time I used to feel belittled when I have to go to a foreigner to talk about my project. I said, why can't you don't have brains? I don't have the brains of what a Frenchie has or a Russian has or a German has. We have it. But we don't believe in ourselves. I want to change this. Can we talk about our youngsters being the best in the world? Can we be the leaders and stop being the followers? That's the model that we are talking about. So we are talking about strength-based, one-to-one, connecting with the people, sitting along with children, sitting along with parents, holding their hands, telling them, come on, these are your strengths. This is the research on occupations. In 7 years from now, this is the world of work that is going to be. Where do you see yourself in this world of work? Can we focus on that? Can we build our dream there? And then once my dream is clear and my visualization is clear, can I build a path? Can I focus on the best of the best education entry? Can I start putting in effort today so that I make it to the best, and then I am the best and I become the top national talent, and then I automatically develop a demand for myself. It is not about degree and job anymore. Those days are gone. That you do a niche in your whatever expert, whether it is communication, whether it is analysis, whether it is design, whether it is research, it could be anything. But who's going to decide that? The person has to decide that. When can the person decide it? When I am confident about myself, when I see dream in front of me, when I am hopeful of achieving something, is when there is a motivation to work in that direction. A child that you have to study to get marks is not going to work here. But if the child sees a D in 9th standard, 10th standard, the motivation is to come automatically from within. The child is going to come and ask you, how do I study and get more marks? Automatically, the academic performance is going to go up. We have seen it, we have done it and we have seen it. And we are doing it with a lot of students and professionals. We are not only working with students in schools, we work with engineering colleges, we work with management colleges, we work with early career professionals who are frustrated in their jobs, and we see a lot of change because they're able to take a very good decision by understanding themselves and by knowing the world of work and take the right direction. Once they take the right direction, they are aligned, magic happens because you enjoy what you're doing. If you enjoy what you're doing, you're bound to do it well. And that's the process that we are talking about. It's a very, very intensive, I would say impactful process, but it's not easy. Every mentor is walking fire today because it's more than the children, it is the parents who are difficult to handle, because all of us come with that middle class mindset that life is tough, it is, money is not there in this, money is not there in that. What we have to understand is, if you put your energy in a particular direction and you become the best in it, the money will automatically flow. You can be the best designer, you can be the best artist, you can be the best researcher, you can be the best analyst, you can be the best business development guy, but is it aligned to you is most important. Alignment is important. Just jumping into something because everybody says that there is money in it is absurd. Let's not do that. Let's not become a rat in a rat race. Rather, find your own unique path as per your own interest. And that's the exact process that we are talking about. So these processes are one-to-one, personalized. They are strength-based, research-based decisions. So we're not talking in the air. We have got scientific research on 22,000 occupations have been, task demand analysis have been done, algorithmized to personality, ability, interest. We have our own tests of psychometrics. Everything is like kind of knitted into a strong process, and the mentors are trained on these processes for more than 65 hours. They are all professionals who have been scrutinized and selected. They are trained on these processes. They sit along with the parents and the family and they walk you through the entire process. And the best part is, it's not a one-time session. We stay with you throughout life. So we have students who come back to us after 9 years. We still stay with, we are always there. Now there's a 13-year-old organization and we are here for life. Because that's the reason why we have not gone for funding. Because we don't want to be, getting biased towards admissions or any kind of thing like that. We are not counselors, we are not admission agents. We are all senior people who want to impact the Indian community, and we are working towards that. So you look at the names of people. We have Gallantry Award winners, we have IAS officers, we have head of Amazon, we have the heads of businesses, owners of businesses, entrepreneurs. Name the people, name the spectrum of the industry, and they are with us today. And every month we are making 100 more mentors across India. Okay, all these mentors are talking the same language, and we are creating a revolution in the country where we want to create, you know, many industries like Infosys. Today, one Infosys has created a legend in India. We want to create many of them in the next 8 to 10 years, because these are the youngsters who are going to take India to that level. And we are the people who can do it. These mentors can do it. We want to do it with everyone. So please be part of this process. Go through our website. It's called Dheya.com. You will understand the entire process. We are the first career guidance organization in India who came up with our own tool. We've designed our own tool, went across India. We've got a very powerful and strong tool which shows you your strengths. This tool and processes have been designed to ensure that the child and the parents are impacted. They understand what we are doing. We buy into the belief system. We believe, we build in positive thoughts, and we grow the child in the direction, and we walk the path. We have a 7D model. We have a career match algorithm. And most importantly, the community is our biggest asset. We are the most full community in India today. All this community together, as we speak, we have chapters being launched in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai. All these chapters are headed by the community members, and they are going to be doing this work in the community in a very aggressive manner, trying to spread this entire message to everyone in India, saying that come and get your child's career planning done, because it's not nice to have, it's necessary now. Unless you do this, your clear cut direction and path and channelizing of energy is not happening. And today what's happening with teenagers is they're getting distracted, they're following the Western culture, the value systems are going down, they are wasting time, productive time. If you don't want to do that, it is very important to give them that hope that I can be something great in this world. I can do something that I love to do. Whatever it may be in sports, it may be, everybody need not be academically great. It's fine. But you could find your direction in life, and that's very critical. That's what we work. So we have a lot of differentiators by which we are, the people who in India today who are, actually started off something which is very challenging but very exciting. It was very tough for us in the last few years to even talk to a parent and convince them. But today we have reached a position where even the government is talking our language. So government is talking about education to be overall and things, but it's going to take time. And we really welcome that decision of people who are thinking about, overhauling the education system, trying to connect it to work. All that is, but it's going to take a lot of time because people have not understood that what drives a person is the internal strength and not external environment. The internal strength has to be motivated, and that's the work that we are doing. We call this tool as, the appreciative inquiry tool, by which we use appreciation as a tool to challenge a person and make them walk the tough path with smile on their face. They fall down, they get up. They fall down, they get up. We challenge every person, but with appreciation, with, motivation, so that the person is internally motivated to take that path. That's how we work. So we have you have our own IP and research on our tools. We have a nationwide community of mentors. Every process of ours is personalized. It's one to one. So we're creating a clan of mentors who are having their own clan of mentees. So every mentor has got a chain. I have about me today, and all these people are in connect with me. So they are doing different paths. They are in different parts of India. Some of them have gone abroad for studies, but they are still in touch with me. They keep in touch with me on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and we are connected. It's a beautiful, positive family that we have created, and this family is going to grow. I recently wrote an article on LinkedIn. I said we are getting back the Guru Shishya Parampara. So, as a parent, you speak to your child, but everybody needs a guru in life. So when a third party guru comes in, this guru becomes a person who actually can help you take your decisions. And though you are very qualified, though you are very good, but having a third party sitting across the table and telling you makes a lot of difference. Because when you tell your child may not listen to you. But when a mentor talks to you along with the child, there's a lot of difference that happens. Because we all are credible people, we all have been there, done that, seen life, and we are talking with a lot of scientific data and research. We are not just talking. Right? So that's the kind of impact that you can create on your children. That's the work that we are doing. Okay. So with this, what is the way we do it? So we have a psychometric assessment. This is applied online. So we have an online assessment which is done. It's a very simple, test or an assessment. Is a strength analyzer tool which is sent across to you on your email. So you just have to log in and give the assessment. And as soon as you finish, there are about 10 tests in it. Yeah, the child can take its own time. So we tell you in the email that there's no right or wrong answer. There's no test. It's more like an assessment. So just play around. And when you finish it, moment you finish the submit button, on the back end, we get the entire analysis. It's immediately done. And then we fix up a one-on-one session with one of our mentors nearby your place. And then you have a one-on-one session which lasts for about 2 to 2.5 hours. With the first session, it's all documented. So there's a journal, there's a workbook, and the session is done. And then your child would be doing a career research with a handbook. So we give them a lot of questions and a lot of things to do research on. They go and explore certain options. So we give them 4 options. They go and explore those options, and after they come back after the exploration after a week, we have a follow-up session, and we see whether the child is actually excited or not. Till the time the child is not excited, we don't set the destination. So our first process is to set the destination. So once the destination is decided, then what we do is we set the planning process started off. Planning process is about, first of all, generating a desire in the child's mind. We have a very unique visualization process where the child goes through meditation, they do visualization, and then what we do is we also do a little bit of research on other factors. There are family values, there are financial factors, there are so many other factors like expectations of parents, learning styles of children, multiple intelligences. All that is documented, and we have a system by which we identify all that. Then we call you for a final session of planning where we actually help the child write down a vision statement and mission statement for life. We set a goal for 10 years, 5 years, 3 years. Once the goal setting is done, we make a plan. That's put in place. According to the plan, we make a development plan saying that, okay, there are 4 areas that we target: knowledge, skills, personality, and lifestyle. So it's not only formal education. We put in a lot of activity. We put in a lot of skills to be gained, massive online open courses. We make a 36 months, you walk the path, I'm with you. So every mentor is holding the hand of the mentee. So this is a simple process which takes about 2 to 2.5 weeks, and the child is on the path, blazing his way to glory. And that's what we hope for. And that's what we stand for. Every person in this world is unique, has got unlimited potential, and can achieve glorious heights. Can we as mentors do this to them? Yes. And that's what I would request, that let's participate in this process to make our children the most powerful. Now, what are the products that we have? We have the main thing, career guidance. The first step of setting the direction is Dheya Compass. I would not talk about the Discover because it's a 1 hour session which actually does not add much value to a child. This is okay for graduate students who just want to know their strengths and to set a direction. But that's just a 1 hour session. Not much of impact frankly happens there. But yes, we have kept something at a lower rate so that people, if they want, they can afford that. But then the main process of guidance happens in their compass, which is 10,000 rupees. And then you have their navigator, which is 20,000. Now navigator is the entire plan that includes guidance. That means people come in for guidance where the destination is set, the strengths are identified, destination is, and a tentative path is made. And finally, after follow-up sessions, the destination is decided. This entire process costs 10,000. However, after that, the planning happens. So this planning is the additional 10,000. So the 20,000 covers the 10,000 of compass. It is not in addition. It is the whole thing is navigator. So these are the 3 main products we have. Apart from that, we also have a mid-career, which is 20,000 rupees, which is in which a mid-career professional comes to us. We help them redesign or evolve themselves into their second career in a streamlined manner. So we again hold their hand. It is not that you can jump ship straight away, but there is a work, there is a methodology, there is a process to understand yourself, dive deep within, find out your passion areas, find out your development areas, have a growth strategy, have a development strategy, have a survival strategy, and put all these strategies in place and design a path for yourself. So we work in a very systematic way with mid careers also, right? Apart from that, we have some business modules and all that. So this is in overall oversight of what Dheya Career Mentors is all about, and why it is very important for all of us as parents to put our children's lives into a proper career planning stage so that they actually decide a destination, they walk the path with confidence. so that they blaze themselves to glory. They are putting energy in the right direction. It's very critical to do that. I have finished my part of the presentation. I'm opening the house for question and answers. Those of you who would like to ask something, you're most welcome to ask. I'll be happy to answer it. Thank you so much. Hi, good morning, Mr. Rajgopal. How are you? And very nice to see you here on a Sunday morning. You can type your questions on the chat box and I can answer it as we see it. If the internet is not strong. Yeah, any questions? Yeah, Vikas Mehta is typing, okay. Swapnil, if you would like to go ahead and speak, I'm giving you voice. No, because young children, see, our program starts at the age of 13. Yes, at your young age, the only advice I can give you is appreciate your kid as much as possible. When you see your kid doing something good, keep appreciating them. Appreciation is the key because this world is very negative. Everybody tries to find out in school that your child is not good in this, not good in that. So what happens is a lot of negative programming goes into the child's mind. As parents, as mentors, it's our job to keep appreciating them. So that's my advice to you. Please appreciate your child for whatever he's good at. If a child is good at games, keep appreciating them so that they'll do more of it and they'll become better at it. Appreciation is the key for you. Don't worry about the kid. When he becomes 13 years of age, get him to us so that we can plan his career and take him on ahead from there. 13 years is the time to start. Anybody else would like to ask a question? I'm open. Please do ask your questions. Let's have a chat. Let it make it interactive. It'll be nice to know your views. Yes, Swapnil, I'm not able to hear you because you took back your voice. You can ask for voice again. I'll unmute your mic. I'll give you the mic so that you can speak. Yes, Mr. Ananta Narayan, you can. Is the right time to start the program. If your daughter has each 13 years, eight generally girls mature faster. So 8 is the time when they hit 13 years, and that's the time actually you can actually start. You could wait for a couple of months maybe, and then you can start the program. I'll be happy to listen to your views. What do you feel? Because you're all parents here, I guess, or you could be professionals. We can also help professionals who are in their early career or mid career and would like to know their strengths and take the right direction. We could help you. So, in case you are interested, do let us know. Okay, I guess there are no questions further being asked, and I have taken your time, and I am very thankful to all of you to have attended this webinar, for your patience to have I had to say to you, and hopefully, yeah, sure. So I'll be, right. So because I'll tell my staff to get in touch with you, and you'll be getting the details from them. Please do let us know if we can help you in any way. We are always there for you. We have a big community of men looking forward to impacting all youngsters and professionals across India. Thanking you. Jai Hind. Have a great Sunday.